Beauty may be fleeting, sometimes unpredictably so, but while something continues to exist, we can cherish it. Hi everyone, Ken here. Welcome to This House. Today we are exploring an estate planned around the San Andreas fault line in California. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss a fascinating episode of This House. When William Bowers Bourne was just 17 years old, his father passed away, leaving him ownership of Empire Mine, a successful gold mine in California. He continued growing the company and established a bank before commissioning Willis Polk, who would become his architect of choice, to design for him a towering red clinker brick townhouse in San Francisco's Pacific Heights neighborhood. He and his wife Agnes began starting their family, but only their daughter Maud would survive into adulthood. William's companies continued making him a fortune, but he knew that one day the mine would run dry and the bank would go belly up. So he sold the companies for cash while he still could, and founded the Greystone Cellars in Napa Valley, also designed by Willis Polk. But the winery was not bringing in as much money as he had hoped, so he sold it and began exploring opportunities in natural resources, playing a pivotal role in the merger which would create the Pacific Gas and Electric Company. Meanwhile, investing heavily in the Spring Valley Water Company. These investments paid off, earning William a fortune, and with that fortune, he, once again, hired Willis Polk to design for him a lavish country estate. He purchased 654 acres in Woodside, California, to build a 54,000 square foot Georgian-inspired mansion with a clay tile roof. The house was surrounded by 16 perfectly manicured acres of gardens, including fountains and pools, connected by winding paths and separated by stretching lawns. The ornate gardens were contrasted by orchards, which surrounded them, with fruit trees extending towards the horizon. William named the estate Filoli, an acronym for Fight, Love, Live, the shortened version of his motto, Fight for a just cause, love your fellow man, live a good life. Entering the home, the double-height ceilings of the first floor required an entire flight of stairs to reach the landing, before another full flight of stairs continued to the second floor. The ballroom reflected light from crystal chandeliers from the freshly waxed parquet floors, while rounded archways interrupted the painted wood-paneled walls, punctuated with murals. At the end of the ballroom, a stage rose with space for a grand piano and a small orchestra to entertain guests with live music. The dining room was flooded by natural light through rounded windows to illuminate the otherwise dark interior color scheme. What was known as the central room served as the parlor, with antique wingback chairs being dwarfed by the scale of the architectural elements, such as the passageways seen at either end of the room. The mansion continued with colossal proportions as seen in the music room, where furniture was arranged socially on either side of a large rug delineating a clear walkway from end to end. The Bournes spent many years enjoying their house and wanted to give their daughter Maud a very special gift. They purchased Muckross House in Ireland to present to her, which she enjoyed for a few short years before coming down with a fatal case of pneumonia. William and Agnes were heartbroken. With no children to inherit their wealth, they journeyed into philanthropy, first donating Muckross House with an endowment to establish Ireland's largest national park, Killarney National Park, to serve as a memorial for Maud. When the Bournes passed away, Filoli was sold to the Roth family, who enjoyed the estate until 1975. When they donated the estate along with a significant endowment to the National Trust for Historic Preservation. Over the last few decades, continuing into present day, the estate and gardens have been and are actively being restored. The mansion is open to the public for tours, and the grounds serve as a hiking destination, where over 300 unique species of fruiting trees can be encountered around the San Andreas fault line, which runs directly through the estate. And while it can be enjoyed for now, we know the fault line will slip one day, swallowing up this piece of paradise. If you have ever visited, I would love to hear about your experience down below in the comments section. And while you're there, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an exciting episode of This House. I would also like to take a moment to say a very special thank you to our This House supporters whose names you can see on screen right now. If you would like to see your name on the screen and show the world your support for the production of these videos, join our membership program today. I'll see you next time on This House.